stars, the Kate and William divorce rumor mill is working overtime. Do you think William hired his mom's old divorce lawyer firm because he finna do something? Or do you think that he hired that firm so that Kate couldn't hire them? India Times questions, another royal divorce? Prince William hires Princess Diana's divorce lawyers. His unexpected decision to hire his late mother, Princess Diana's divorce lawyers, instead of his father, King Charles's legal team, has left people's heads spinning. There might be yet another royal rumble around the corner. From taking the blow of Megxit to grappling with cancer diagnoses of the senior royals in the family, the House of Windsor is dealing with one issue after the next. Prince William has reportedly hired his late mother, Princess Diana's divorce lawyers, in an unexpected move that has shocked the palace. After months of speculations about divorce, years actually, rumors of Prince William and Kate Middleton, unexpected move of Prince William has sent shockwaves around the world. According to media reports, Prince William ditched King Charles's lawyers, Harbottle and Lewis, and is now working with newsnigeria. He has instructed the London-based firm, which famously represented Princess Diana during her 1996 divorce from then Prince Charles, to act on his and his family's behalf. Now, we know there have been articles referring to the fact that at Christmas, Kate Middleton was visiting the royal family. Why would Kate be visiting the royal family when it's her family? Have there been lines of demarcation drawn of which we simply haven't heard the details? Harbottle and Lewis represented the British royal family during the 2006 News of the World phone hacking scandal, which found that the newspaper took part in illegal phone hacking, targeting voicemails of high-profile individuals, including Prince William, we know he took some money on the quiet, and Prince Harry, who took the whole scandal to court and walked away with a big settlement of his own. The case led to the outlet's closure, as it should have. You play, you pay. Prince William made the move away from King Charles's longtime legal team, Harbottle and Lewis, and its partner, Gerard Tyrrell, for Michon de Rea, which represented Princess Diana in her divorce from then Prince Charles. So it seems unlikely that Kate Middleton could go to Charles's lawyers. And then if William is using Diana's lawyers, what other firm could there be that has the right kind of experience, gravitas, and heft when you're really trying to squeeze that royal family for every pence, every farthing that you believe that you deserve, and that Carole Middleton, the mastermind of the whole marriage, thinks that you deserve. The prince has hired Anthony Julius, the deputy chairman of the firm, and Diana's attorney during her 1996 divorce from Charles, 1 year before she unfortunately passed away in a Paris car crash when she was only 36. Wow. Additionally, Julius has had a close professional contact with the future king because he was the vice president and one of the original trustees of the Diana, Princess of Wales Memorial Fund until its dissolution in 2012. Why did they dissolve that fund? A source told Richard Eden, oh dear, that guy, of the Daily Mail, William wanted to strike out on his own. He did not want to continue using his father's lawyers. It's as simple as that. He wants to be his own man. Royal expert Richard Eden, writing for the Mail, said, William's decision to branch out from his father's legal advisors shows that he is more than willing to shake up the status quo behind palace doors as well. A source, here we go again with unnamed sources. A source described as a friend added, William wants to do things differently than his father and wants to be seen to do them differently. According to the outlet, Prince William's unexpected move is apparently the talk of legal circles. Buckingham Palace thinks it's the latest example of his desire to follow a different path from that of his father. Sounds like he's about to follow the same path, divorcing the mother of his children and getting with who? Is it one of the ones we know about or one of the ones we've heard about? I hear he has a thing for blondes. According to insiders, William's decision is viewed within Buckingham Palace as the latest example of his intent to forge his own path as a modern royal. Modern how? Them people stay getting divorced. How is that modern? How's that something new? If you were going to get with somebody of color, that might be new. If you were going to, I don't know, live your truth, that might be new. Prince William and Kate Middleton divorce rumors aren't new to the ton of the internet. What does that mean? Aren't new to fans on the internet. While there have been persistent rumors and online speculation about a potential divorce between Prince William and Kate Middleton, it gained a considerable amount of attention in 2024. However, there hasn't been any credible evidence or official confirmation to support these claims, and the couple continues to make public appearances together. Yeah, we got, 2 appearances? Commonwealth Day, and that very awkward hangout at the rugby match. Woo! If that's true love, y'all can keep it. After Princess Catherine made her cancer diagnosis public, the reason for stepping back from public appearances was justified. Yes, if the cancer was real, it was justified, but there's been a whole vein of speculation about whether the health claim was factual, credible, or real. However, as the Princess of Wales made a return to the public after a steady recovery, the couple has made joint appearances, squashing the possibility of divorce once again. Once again, or just for now? I vote for now. Prince William and Kate Middleton met while both studied at St. Andrews University in Scotland. Rumor has it that William was won over after everybody else told him no. After seeing Kate modeling at a student fashion show in a see-through outfit for charity, a show for which he reportedly paid £200 for a front row seat, while the royal couple continues to battle intense public scrutiny and perhaps live separately. Adelaide Cottage versus Anmer Hall versus Kensington Palace Apartment 1. That helicopter stays busy. Have you ever looked at the flight logs? Woo-wee! Yet, William's latest legal move only adds fuel to the ongoing chatter. Whether it's strategy or symbolism, one thing is clear. The House of Windsor is navigating a storm of its own making. That's for sure. You know, if you take women on, not as a life partner, but as a broodmare, and don't treat them with full embrace as a lifelong relationship, well, you're in for a bumpy ride. If you look up the law firm's website, it appears that they do family law. They also do reputation protection and crisis management. Perhaps there's a looming scandal about to be revealed. Well, y'all, there has been a rumor that our girl, we know about the skirts flying up, all dozens of pictures over the years. We know about the nickname because our girl liked to flash people from boarding school to college. Middle bum was the popular nickname. The mattress. We've heard these rumors. You know, all kinds of people want to take pot shots and disparage you, but the pictures don't lie. They say that somebody took a picture, not of the bottom half, but there was a flashing of the top half, and that those pictures are for sale. Is that the scandal? Is that the straw that's going to break the marriage camel's back? Is that true or just something all made up? It's studiously not in the mainstream press, but it's been being discussed in the dark corners of the internet for months. I haven't seen the photos. I've only heard about them. And apparently the photograph taker is a woman. That's as much as I know. That certainly would spell scandal. Although I think people in Europe have a different attitude about the top, right? You can do that on their beaches. You can do that in their films. It's not as big a deal as it is in the States. I think there was a scandal years back when William and Kate were newlyweds. Something about long lens photographs on a balcony while they vacationed in France, and there was an injunction issued in the photos that had been published and still can be found on the internet, that they were taken down and removed. There might have been an apology and a payment, but President Trump actually criticized Kate for having put herself as a royal wife and mother in that position. But it's Europe, right? Who among us hasn't done that on a beach where that's perfectly acceptable? Are we just being, sort of puritanical Americans? Is this a non-scandal? Or is it just an excuse because Willie gonna do what Willie wanna do? How did the other blondes factor into this looming family adjustment? A divorce scandal, but if Kate and Carole Middleton don't get what they want, I think we can anticipate the Will is abusive leaks that will make the British tabloids a fortune, and it will possibly cost Kate Middleton's son George the throne. All of this high conflict and drama, it just makes you think the House of Windsor just never learns. Never. Can't you just handle this privately and make it all go away? Write that check. Just calm down. Be businesslike and detached about it. But we know from Prince William's ongoing puppeted attacks against Prince Harry and Princess Meghan Sussex that your boy can't let go, can't calm down, can't be an adult, can't chill out, and cannot be businesslike. George might still be crowned, but by then the public may be much closer to or past the point of pushing for an act of parliament to remove the royal family from the public tax teat. There will also be widespread disinterest, right? There's not enough. There's not enough story. There's not enough photos. There's not enough interest. There's not enough good feeling being generated by the slimmed down monarchy. King Charles and Camilla don't get the attention, the clicks and views. They don't get big enough crowds coming out, and quite frankly, neither do Kate and William. Instead of the fanfare of coronations past, George's coronation might be reduced to a relatively private family and high society affair, right? All those friends of William, all those purported friends of Kate that somehow we never see visiting, we never see photographed with her, all them people with their eyes kind of too close together that went to Hugh Grosvenor's wedding where Kate didn't get to go. Rose Hanbury was there. And perhaps an articulate blonde academic who may be a sibling or other relative of other posh boys that William knew at Eton. That's one of them. Then apparently there's a Russian blonde, some sort of non-profit executive. Can't find a picture of her. So suspicious. To be honest, it's always been a relatively private and high society affair to have a coronation. And maybe we, the public, have just been lying to ourselves thinking that it was done for our benefit, for our entertainment, for our, whatever feelings you might have toward the monarchy. The monarchy might finally be abolished due to all these scandals, the entitlement to public money, laziness. Every time we see a negative article about Harry and Meghan, all you have to do is mentally think about what's going on with Prince Andrew. The scandal of his victim having a car accident. The scandal about yet more foreign money and corruption and scandal and laundry, allegedly. Harry and Meghan's stories get clicks and views and serve as a distraction from other trouble being stirred up around them British castles and moats. It is amazing that in one move, hiring that firm, William has prevented Kate and Carole Middleton from hiring that firm. If there was ever a sign that William is playing his cards, right or wrong, he sure is dealing a hand, and that hand is going to impact the future of Kate Middleton, either as Queen Consort or as Fergie 2.0. I would certainly donate a pint of blood to be a fly on the wall near Kate Middleton and Carole Middleton these days. Pippa might be out of that mix. James Middleton is probably off somewhere making a dog bakery or something of that sort, something useless that no one will buy. I don't know how Camilla and her children factor into these marital problems, but I'm sure there is a long, bony, nicotine-stained finger on the pulse, not only of that marriage, but also on the pulse of the toxic British media that goes and runs with all of these stories. Is Camilla the stallion? These unnamed sources strewn through all of these BS articles? It seems like Carole Middleton never encouraged Kate to have pals of her own, right? It was a smothering mother relationship built to make Carole Middleton Kate's only confidant, right? A classic narcissistic mother move. The Daily Mail keeps posting articles about how Kate coped with her split from William. Right? The last thing you'd write about a supposedly happy couple where the wife is allegedly recovering from cancer is Kate is coping with her split from William. We're getting these drips and drabs of hints because I know that all these toxic British media publications do not have permission to print the real story, not as it stands now and not as it's gonna evolve in the next months and years. They know that people won't exactly be pissed with William because a lot of people's spidey senses are telling them that the claimed health problem wasn't real. Kate's arrogant press onslaught in which she, 1, approved other people being referred to as lesser mortals. 2, articles that criticized them for being curious out of concern for her safety. And 3, how Kate showed up after a supposedly tough chemotherapy battle, looking like she'd been in the spa for a year. It left a sour, bad taste in people's mouths, especially when we think about all those faked AI and ChatGPT mid-journey images, those hodgepodge collage photographs from Mother's Day, etc., and those videos with the disappearing ring and the extra row of teeth and that one shirt with the perfectly frozen background and bench slats that were different sizes on either side of her. You know, we know all those details, and it really nearly ran those of us who care what happens to this woman. It nearly ran us crazy, and that doesn't feel good, especially to get manipulated and lied to, in my humble opinion. The only reason Kate got more press in 2024 was because of this manufactured disappearance, right? Her husband is as dull as she is, but when she's on the scene, you could at least write about her hair, her makeup, and her outfits, right? Now, through the lens of that claimed health crisis and this incredible recovery where sunlight isn't a problem and drinking Guinness isn't a problem. It doesn't add up, I'll tell you that. Are these health stories the facts, or are they just BS and lies to sadfish sympathy out of we the public, right? And it may not be the C word, but both Kate and William are looking rough. They're looking irritated. They're looking like they are a hair away from a complete public meltdown. That's not a happy couple. Right now we have these cover stories about how they're going on a tropical vacation without the kids. And again, the toxic British media uses what? Old photos from the 2012 Caribbean tour. We're not buying it. You've done this too many times. You cried wolf. We know how it goes. Old pictures, new article, quoting sources that are not named and not real, and they're probably all Camilla the Stallion. It seems clear that William wants to divorce Kate. It really does seem like a chess move to prevent Kate from using that firm if they were to go from separation to divorce, right? He wouldn't have chosen that firm of all the firms in the world unless he purposefully wanted to bring divorce rumors into the mix and call back to Diana's divorce from Charles. It was a very bizarre and provocative decision. But maybe bizarre and provocative is what we can expect from Prince William when he becomes king. Some people feel like, it's just smoke and mirrors to fill newspaper columns, right? To kind of fulfill the royal family's side of that bargain with the toxic British media. A well-orchestrated separation may just continue with a new contract and a non-disclosure agreement, right? All this saber rattling from William and cage rattling by drips and drabs of stories from the Middleton camp. All of those, stroking articles about, they're not going to cover the clothes and very, just very modest and austere. Kate has returned to duties. We barely hear her talk. We barely see appearances. And somehow this 2 weeks a year work schedule, right? You add up all the hours and it's the equivalent of 2 weeks of work a year. This is supposed to be satisfying. Cancer? Okay, maybe. But if it's over, what's stopping her now? Well, you see all the engagements that poor Princess Royal Anne gets up to, and even the 80-year-olds in the family are still running around doing ribbon cutting and all different events, and your girl can't get out there. It doesn't bode well for the future of Kate's path to being queen consort or for the monarchy in general. I don't really like this at all, right? There are people who are reviewing Kate's calendar on a daily basis, and it's mostly empty. No surprise there. Is everything okay in Kate Middleton's marriage? Let me know what your opinion is. There's a long track record, not only of that law firm that Willie hired representing Princess Diana divorcing Charles, but also they represented Andrew in his divorce from Fergie and Earl Spencer for his multiple divorces. It makes you really wonder if William is getting ready to finally cut the cord and make some kind of arrangement, financial, living, and otherwise, in order to prevent himself from being crowned alongside his current wife. What do you think? Let me know. Thanks, stars.